Hello and welcome to the first OET sample lesson by Tusmer. So in this sample lesson, we are going to have a look at how the English OET Part B reading is done. So the main focus in this lesson is going to be on the Part B reading. First and foremost, what exactly is the Part B reading? The Part B reading is focused on how to get the main idea of a very short reading, right? So I'm going to give you a sample. We're going to deal with a sample together. In this sample, I'm going to take you through the direct processes on how this question in front of you or in front of me is going to be solved delicately, okay, with focus on all and each and every word. In case you don't understand any word here, we're going to also try to explain every word in detail to us. So first and foremost, let's look at the question. So let's start with the instruction. Don't forget that in the real exam, you're going to have about 6 questions in total like this. And that is going to be in the reading part 2 part or version of the exam. So, with the instructions, it says, in this part of the test, there are 6 short extracts relating to the work of health professionals. So, whenever we look at an extract basically describes, a part from a major article, right? A part of the article that has been taken for instructions, right? So that's the meaning of an extract. The extract you see here mean a part, okay, of an article. Now, for questions 1 to 6, choose the answer A, B, or C, which you think fits best according to the test. Let's not forget the importance of the sentence, okay? It states that which you think fits best according to the test. In some of the answers given, some are going to look very close to the answer. They're going to look or sound very convincing, but you have to be very sure exactly what you're looking for. Now let's start with the very first thing. Whenever you come close, you come into contact with this type of question, the very first thing you have to focus on is the question itself. So we are looking at this place. What exactly is the question we are trying to deal with? Now, the manual informs us that the blood pressure monitor, okay, so we are focusing on the manual. We perceive that this whole writing, what is seen as an extract, is the manual. Now, it says that the manual informs us. What is the meaning of inform? Inform basically means give us a form of information. Give us an information. It is telling us that. What is the manual telling us? Let's look at the answers here. We've got A, is likely to interfere with the operation of the other medical equipment. Now, what is the meaning of interfere? If you say something is interfering, that means it is coming in place of. It is affecting another process from happening. That is interfere. The noun form of this word is interference, but here we're looking at the verb form, interfere. Now, it says the blood pressure monitor may not work correctly in close proximity to some other devices. What does it mean of proximity? Proximity simply means distance. So this is a very key word you may not know. So proximity means distance. So if they are closely, related together, or they are in a very close proximity, the distance between them is not very far or very much, then there might be a problem here. The C says should be considered safe to use in all hospital environments. That means we should think that if you consider something, that means you think, you think about it in a way. So it should be considered safe to use in all hospital environment. We have to analyze all the answers very well before we even go to our reading itself to try and choose the perfect answer that is the best fit. So now we have analyzed our answer. Let's go straight, to the reading itself. Instruction manual, digital automatic blood pressure monitor. That is the topic. Electromagnetic compatibility. That is EMC. That's the topic. We don't care so much about that. The focus is the manual informs us that the blood pressure monitor is doing something. So we are going to focus on the blood pressure monitor. With the increased use of portable electronic devices, medical equipment may be susceptible. A very dangerous word, susceptible. When you say something is susceptible, that means they are likely to be affected. All right? They are likely to be affected. A synonym of susceptible may be vulnerable or prone. Okay, so how do you spell prone? Let me write prone like this, or we can have vulnerable like that, as you can see on the screen. All right, so let me clear the screen a little bit. I think you have understood what we're talking about. Now, it says, with the increased use of portable electronic devices, medical equipment may be susceptible to electromagnetic interference. That means medical equipment may be likely, or may likely be affected by electromagnetic interference. Now, it says this may result in incorrect operation of the medical device and create a potentially unsafe situation. So, if the medical equipment is likely to be affected by electromagnetic movement, then this incorrect operation, may create a potentially unsafe situation. It gives instructions here. It says, in order to regulate the requirement for EMC, we know EMC as electromagnetic compatibility, with the aim of preventing unsafe product situations, the EN60 or 60601, -1-2 standard. So that is a standard given to this particular thing. Okay, the standard defines the levels of immunity to electromagnetic interference as well as maximum levels of electromagnetic emissions for medical devices. It says this medical device conforms. If you say something is conforming, that means it is following that particular instruction. It is obeying, it is going along with this particular standard for both immunity and emissions. Nevertheless, however, care should be taken to avoid the use of the monitor within 7 meters. Okay, so where are we giving the care? It should be taken to avoid within 7 meters of cell phones and other devices generating strong electromagnetic fields. We have a very important information here, trying to understand which answer is very perfect. Yeah, it's a perfect fit, for this particular question. Now we understand that it says, the manual informs us that the blood pressure, is likely to interfere with the operation of other medical, the blood pressure monitor is likely to interfere with the operation of other medical equipment. Did it say anything like that? With the increased portable then this may result in incorrect operation of a medical device and create? Not really. It doesn't really say it might interfere with the operation. No. What is going to interfere with operation? Electromagnetic interference is what it's talking about. It's not the blood pressure monitor. So from this angle alone, you can simply take A out because the blood pressure monitor is not interfering, but the electromagnetic is the one interfering. So A, with the elimination method, A is out. Now let's quickly go to B. It says the manual informs us that the blood pressure monitor may not work correctly in close proximity to some other devices. It says close proximity to some other devices. Device here means what? Any machine. Now, did we hear any other machine, or did we see the topic talk about any other machine? Yes, we did. It talked about cell phones. Right? It is here. And it also says care should be taken to avoid the use of the monitor. Look, the monitor is here. So which monitor are we talking about? We're talking about a blood pressure monitor. All right. And it also says within 7 meters of cell phones or other devices generating strong electrical or electromagnetic fields. It's very obvious that it is talking about this because it talks about 7 meters. And don't forget, I explained earlier that the word proximity means distance. Alright? We know proximity means distance. And this distance explained here is what? 7 meters. It's clearly explained here. Alright, so with this information, we have arrived at our answer that the manual informs us that blood pressure monitor may not work correctly in close proximity to some other devices. And it says here, the care should be taken to avoid the use of monitor within 7 meters of cell phones or other devices generating strong electrical and electromagnetic fields. So definitely B becomes our answer. This is a sample of the OET Part 2 reading, okay, or the Part B. Obviously, if you want to go on, we already know that C can never be the answer because you're looking for the perfect fit, and we have gained evidence from this part of the reading to know. So with this, we always have to, with this kind of question, we always have to make sure we have our evidence in the reading to support our answer. Thank you very much for listening to this particular sample. Hopefully, we will meet again very soon. Have a great day.